Good morning student. Today I am going to discuss approaches to portfolio constructions. Basically there are two approaches in the construction of portfolios. First approach is traditional approach and second is modern or Markowitz approach. So firstly we will discuss the traditional approach, that is basically analyze the investors need and accordingly set the objectives. So investors needs in terms of income and capital appreciations are evaluate securities are selected to meet the needs of investors. Steps in the traditional approach: firstly analysis of constraint, secondly determination of objective of investors, and third one selection of securities, fourth one risk and return analysis, and fifth is the diversifications. So these steps we will discuss one by one. So first point is analysis of constraints. So it involves the analysis of constraints of the investors within which the objectives will be formulated. The constraint may be decided on the basis of income needs of the investors, liquidity needs, safety of the principal, and tax consideration. And next one is the determination of the objectives of investors. It involves the formulation of objectives within the given framework of constraints. So constraints reflect the risk bearing capacity and income requirements of the investors, like current income, growth in income, and capital appreciation, what the investor wants, whether he interested in the current income, growth in income, or capital appreciation. And selection of securities. Selection of security mean optimal asset mix for an investors while taking the investment decisions. So it depends upon the interest of the investors, whether he wants the current income. If he interested in the current income, then 60% investment in debts and 40% in equity. If he is interested in growth, then 60% in equity and 40% in debts. And if he is interested in capital appreciation, 90% in equity and only 10% in debts. And if he is wants to save the principal amount, then 90% of debt and 10% of equities. So next is the risk and return analysis. It involves analysis of risk and return involved in the following particular course of actions, like systematic risk or market related risk or unsystematic risk or company related risk. So as we know that the systematic risks are uncontrollable. For example, non-availability of the raw materials, inflation fluctuations, then import-export policy of the government, etc. Then second is the unsystematic risk due to the mismanagement and defective sale policies, increasing inventories, defective marketing of product, etc. Next is diversification. Unsystematic risk or company related risk involved in the investment and portfolio management can be reduced and return can be optimized through diversification. So diversification involves assigning relative portfolio weights to different securities on the basis of which the portfolio is diversified. So diversification is done on the basis of investors' needs of income and his risk bearing capacities. So there are various forms or various types of diversification. First one investment in different assets like gold, silver, government securities, housing, etc. And next one investment in the different instruments like investment in equity shares, bonds, debenture, government securities, etc. Then investment in different industries like fertilizer, iron and steel industries, oil and gas industries, etc. Then investment in different scripts of companies like new companies, growing company, blue chip companies, etc. Second is modern approach or Markowitz approach. So Markowitz construct the portfolios to maximize the expected return for a given level of risk as it view the portfolio construction in terms of expected return and the risk associated. He introduced this approach in 1952 to assist in the selection of most efficient by analyzing the various possible portfolio for a given securities by choosing securities that do not move exactly together because we want to diversify the risk or minimize the risk. HM model show the investor how to reduce their risk. Markowitz used mathematical programming and statistical analysis in order to arrange for the optimal allocation of assets within portfolio. He determines for the investors the efficient set of portfolio through three important variables, that is return, standard deviations and coefficient of correlations. So Markowitz model is also called full covariance model because under these methods the investor can find out the efficient set of portfolio by finding out the trade-off between risk and returns between the limits of 0 and infinity. Markowitz model explains the portfolio decision making with the help of efficient frontiers. So out of the entire universe of possible portfolios, certain one will be optimally balanced risk and reward. So these comprises that Markowitz called the efficient frontiers of portfolio. An investor should select a portfolio that lies on the efficient frontiers. So efficient frontiers in this diagram is P, W is the efficient frontiers. If investors subscribes or take the securities within the efficient frontiers, then he enjoy the returns. If he take those securities which is below the efficient frontiers, that means there is a less return as compared to efficient frontiers. So with the help of this diagrams, Markowitz model explain the decision making under the securities. So next is assumptions of HM models. So first assumption is the markets are efficient and absorb all the information quickly and perfectly. So investors can earn superior returns either by technical analysis or fundamental analysis. And second one is the risk of portfolio is based on the variability of return from the said portfolio. Third one is the investors are the risk averse, means before making any investment decision all of them have a common goal, avoidance of risk. And fourth one, the investors either maximize his portfolio returns for a given level of risk and maximize his return for a minimum risk. So in India, portfolio management is still in its development stage. Very few Indian banks, foreign banks and UTI render these services. SEBI has issued various guidelines to make the portfolio management a responsible professional advisory service to be rendered by the experts. So basically portfolio management involves a proper decision making as what to purchase and what to sell. Thank you.